kill that weak version of yourself and unleash your true potential. Stoic philosophy. At some point in life, you'll face a critical choice. One path leads back to comfort, familiar routines, and minimal effort, while the other demands transformation. The second path isn't easy. It requires you to shed the weak version of yourself and confront discomfort head-on. It challenges your mindset, habits, and approach to life. This is where modern Stoicism comes into play. The Stoic secrets teach us that true growth comes not from avoiding discomfort, but from embracing it. To reach your full potential, you must be willing to step beyond what feels easy and comfortable. This isn't just a motivational pep talk, but a call to real, lasting change. At Stoic in Your Life, we'll show you how to eliminate the weak version of yourself and unleash your true potential, drawing upon the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Steps to destroy the weak version of yourself and become strong. Number 1. Why you must kill your weak self. The most important decision you can make on your path to becoming the best version of yourself is to kill your weak self. I'm talking about the version of you that holds you back, filled with self-doubt, procrastination, excuses, and habits that keep you stuck in mediocrity. It's not an easy decision, but it's the one choice that can transform everything. Understand this. Where you are right now is the result of your past decisions. The truth is hard, but there's power in it. You can change. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. No matter how much you've lost, whether it's wealth, reputation, or relationships, you have a choice. You can either stay in despair or take action and rebuild. This is where you come in. You have the power to act now. Killing the weak version of yourself is not about rage or wild impulses. It's a deliberate process of identifying the habits, thoughts, and beliefs that hold you back and eliminating them one by one. You don't need a dramatic emotional outburst to change. It's about consistent self-reflection and self-discipline. Yes, it's tough. Staying where you are is comfortable. The safety of procrastination feels easy. But how much longer will you accept being stuck? If you truly want to change your life, you must be willing to let go of those limiting beliefs. Modern Stoicism teaches that freedom comes from shedding the layers of self-sabotage and replacing them with new actions and beliefs that align with your vision. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. Just like building muscle, it takes time. It's a gradual process of unlearning old habits and replacing them with new ones that drive you toward success. This is a lifestyle change, not a one-time fix. Every day, you must remind yourself that you're killing the weak version of yourself. You must commit to showing up, taking action, and not falling back into old patterns. This journey is not about waiting for inspiration to strike. It's about showing up every day, even on the hard days when doubt creeps in. You will face those days, but as Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Your obstacles, fears, and doubts are the very things that will make you stronger if you don't let them stop you. Strength comes from steady, consistent action, not sudden bursts of motivation. So I ask you, what small step can you take today to start killing that weak version of yourself? What habit can you change, even a little, to step into the more capable, powerful person you were meant to be? The truth is, you're capable of far more than you realize. Modern Stoicism shows us that greatness is built one choice at a time. Every decision you make to kill the weak version of yourself is a step closer to the person you're meant to become. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every step counts. So what will you leave behind today? What will you destroy in yourself so you can grow stronger, better, and more capable? It all starts with one decision: to kill your weak self and rise to the person you were born to be. Number 2. The lie of comfort. Comfort, while tempting and soothing, is often the silent killer of your true potential. It may feel safe in the short term, but over time, it holds you back from achieving greatness. Our brains are wired for survival, which means we tend to seek out the familiar and the safe. This was vital for our ancestors, but in today's world, comfort now limits our growth and progress. By prioritizing comfort, you remain stuck in the known, avoiding the challenges that lead to personal development. As Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Choosing comfort is choosing to stay in your limitations, letting fear of the unknown hold you back from the freedom to grow and evolve. In personal development, comfort encourages us to settle for what we know. We become hesitant to take on new challenges, missing out on growth opportunities. This tendency only increases with age as we become more inclined to stick with familiar routines. While comfort feels safe, it is this very safety that prevents us from reaching our full potential. True growth happens when we step into discomfort, when we take risks and face challenges that seem overwhelming. As Seneca reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. By pushing through discomfort, we build resilience and strength, turning hardship into an opportunity for growth. Continually seeking comfort trains the brain to avoid challenge, weakening your mental toughness. The more you choose ease, the more you lose the ability to handle life's obstacles. On the other hand, those who willingly step out of their comfort zones understand that discomfort is where growth happens. They embrace challenges as opportunities to build resilience. It's not about seeking pain, but about understanding that growth comes from overcoming hardship. Every time you choose discomfort, you train yourself to handle even greater challenges in the future, strengthening your perseverance. Many of us mistakenly believe that avoiding discomfort is a form of self-care, thinking that it will protect our happiness and well-being. In reality, avoiding discomfort keeps us stagnant. Growth requires us to step into the unknown and face uncomfortable situations head-on. Comfort may feel like a warm blanket, but it's a deceptive illusion. It lures us into thinking that safety and peace come from staying the same, when, in fact, it holds us back from living a fulfilling life. Think about a time when you faced discomfort and emerged stronger. Perhaps it was starting a new career, learning a new skill, or moving to a new place. At first it was uncomfortable, but it became the source of your growth. The more you face discomfort, the more you learn to navigate life's challenges with ease, and the stronger you become. By seeking discomfort not for the sake of pain but for growth, you open the door to true success and fulfillment. The Stoic secrets teach us that growth only comes through struggle, and without struggle there is no progress. So the next time comfort calls to you, recognize it for what it is: a force holding you back from your potential. Choose discomfort. Choose the challenge. Choose growth. In those uncomfortable moments, you'll discover your true strength and unlock the greatness within you. As Socrates wisely said, "An unexamined life is not worth living. A life of comfort and avoidance is similarly unworthy. The life you're meant to create is one of challenge, growth, and transformation." Embrace discomfort. It's the key to unleashing your full potential and becoming the person you were always meant to be. Number 3. Spotting weakness symptoms. Weakness often sneaks up on us in subtle ways, usually through small habits that erode our potential. The challenge is recognizing these signs before they take root. One common manifestation is procrastination. It often starts as a harmless delay, telling yourself you'll act when the timing is right. But that right time rarely comes. Every delay accumulates, hindering progress. Procrastination disguises itself as reasonable hesitation, but in truth it's self-sabotage. By waiting for the perfect moment, you waste time that you'll never get back. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The key is acting immediately, breaking the cycle of delay by embracing the present moment. Another symptom of weakness is self-doubt, that internal voice telling you that you're not good enough or that failure is inevitable. Self-doubt feeds into fear, preventing you from taking risks or seizing opportunities. It can paralyze you, making you second-guess every step. The Stoics believe that self-doubt is merely an obstacle, one that can be overcome by trusting in your ability to act. Epictetus wisely said, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." This reminds us that it's our perception of our abilities, not the abilities themselves, that hold us back. The key is to take action despite your doubts. Every step you take, no matter how small, weakens their power and builds your confidence. Excuses also hold us back. We've all used them. I'm too busy, I'm too tired, or I don't have enough experience. These excuses are rationalizations for inaction. They protect us from stepping out of our comfort zones, but in doing so, they keep us stuck. Each excuse is a chain that locks us in place. To break free, we must take full responsibility for our actions. As Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." You're never too busy or too tired to act if you truly prioritize what matters. When you stop making excuses and take responsibility, you reclaim your power. The fight against weakness is won in the small everyday decisions we make. Modern Stoicism teaches us that strength comes from making wise choices in the face of adversity. By recognizing procrastination, self-doubt, and excuses as signs of weakness, and by taking immediate action to address them, we lay the groundwork for growth and transformation. It's the tiny victories, the consistent actions, that free us from weakness and unlock our true potential. It's about showing up, trusting yourself, and taking responsibility, no matter how small the action. Every step forward, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is one step closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. Weakness doesn't define you unless you allow it to. The power to change lies within you, and it starts with recognizing these symptoms and replacing them with habits that promote growth and resilience. Each decision you make is an opportunity to grow stronger and move closer to the life you deserve. 2. Be a part of our supportive community. We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts by commenting, "I'm ready to act," if you recognize the importance of spotting and overcoming the symptoms of weakness in your life. Your engagement helps us build a space where we can all grow together, challenging self-doubt, eliminating excuses, and taking action towards becoming the best versions of ourselves. Let's continue the journey of self-mastery together. Number 4. Seneca's wisdom on self-mastery. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, had a profound understanding of self-mastery, and if we take his wisdom to heart, we can truly transform our lives. He believed that much of our suffering doesn't come from what happens to us, but from how we react to it. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you found yourself overwhelmed by fear, doubt, or hesitation before even facing a challenge? I know I have. It's almost like we build these mental obstacles in our minds, imagining the worst-case scenarios and convincing ourselves that failure is inevitable. But here's the thing. Most of this suffering is unnecessary. It's a trap we create for ourselves. Seneca's teachings are an antidote to this, reminding us that fear and doubt are natural, but they don't have to control us. Instead of suffering before an event even happens, he urges us to approach difficulties with a calm and rational mind. When we let go of this self-inflicted suffering, we open ourselves up to action, and in doing so, we discover something amazing. Most of the challenges we feared weren't nearly as difficult as we all imagined. Let me tell you a story. A friend of mine, let's call him Tom, had been dreaming of starting his own business for years. But every time he thought about it, his mind would spiral into fear. What if it failed? What if he didn't make enough money? What if he lost everything? For a long time, these thoughts paralyzed him. But then one day he remembered Seneca's teachings, and he made a simple decision. He would stop suffering before it was necessary. He committed to taking one small action every day, no matter how insignificant it seemed. At first, it was just researching potential business ideas or making a few calls, but soon enough, he found himself taking bigger steps. And before long, he had launched his business. In hindsight, he realized that the challenges he feared weren't nearly as daunting as they seemed from the comfort of his mind. What was once a mountain of fear became a series of manageable hills to climb. Now I want you to ask yourself, how many times have you hesitated to take action because you were caught up in fear or doubt? How often do you mentally rehearse failure before it's even happened? What if, instead, you chose to take action without that mental baggage? Seneca's wisdom tells us that self-mastery starts with controlling our thoughts and emotions, refusing to let fear or doubt dictate our actions. The Stoic secrets that Seneca shared show us that true strength lies not in avoiding challenges, but in facing them with a clear, calm mind. Each time you choose to act instead of retreating into fear, you gain more control over yourself and your future. This process of self-mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong journey, but it all begins with the decision to stop suffering before you even begin. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow stronger, and every step you take with courage builds the foundation for the life you've always wanted. So, let me ask you again. What would happen if you stopped suffering before the challenge even arrived? What if you started acting? Just one small step at a time instead of letting fear control your every move. Seneca's wisdom holds the key to breaking free from the weak version of yourself. And once you begin applying it, you'll unleash your true potential in ways you never thought possible. Number 5. Transformation through action and words. Transformation isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process that begins with a shift in the language you use to describe yourself. Think about it for a moment. What do you say about yourself every day? The words you use shape your thoughts, feelings, and most importantly, your actions. This is why a simple change in how you talk about yourself can set the stage for profound transformation. Instead of saying, "I want to be disciplined," what if you started saying, "I am disciplined"? That simple shift in language doesn't just feel different. It is different. When you say, "I want to," you're acknowledging that your goal is somewhere out in the future, a distant dream that seems out of reach. But when you say, "I am," you're declaring that your transformation has already happened, that you're living that new identity right now. This shift is crucial. The words you speak are a reflection of your self-image, and your self-image dictates your actions. If you see yourself as disciplined, your daily actions will align with that belief. You'll wake up early, tackle tasks head on, and resist distractions. But if you continue to tell yourself that you struggle with discipline, that's exactly what you'll keep doing, procrastinating and giving in to temptations. Have you ever noticed how the most successful people in the world don't just hope to be disciplined? They live it. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They define themselves by their actions, and that identity drives everything they do. That's the essence of transformation. It's not about waiting for some magical moment of inspiration to act. It's about starting to act as if you've already transformed into the person you want to become. For example, instead of saying, "I need to be more productive," start saying, "I am productive," and then back it up with your actions. Watch what happens when you say those words out loud. I am productive. Your subconscious mind will start aligning with that identity, and your actions will follow. This isn't just about wishful thinking. It's about taking consistent, deliberate action that reflects your new sense of self. Your identity shapes your future, and your future is shaped by your actions today. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, the next time you find yourself wishing for change, remember that transformation begins with the words you use. They shape how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Take control of your language, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your reality begins to shift. Modern Stoicism teaches us to live with intention, to embrace discipline, and to act in alignment with our values. It's not enough to hope for change. We must embody it in every moment. The power lies within you, and it starts with the simple choice to say, I am. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is a reflection of the person you are becoming. So ask yourself, what would happen if you started to speak the truth of who you want to become? Would your actions shift? Would your identity transform? Because in the end, transformation is not about waiting for motivation. It's about acting in the present right now as the person you aspire to be. What are you waiting for? Your future begins with your next word. Number 6. Overcoming hesitation and building habits. One of the most debilitating forces in our lives is hesitation. It's the silent saboteur that prevents us from achieving greatness. When we hesitate, we delay the actions that would lead us to the life we desire. It's often a reflex born from fear or uncertainty, and while it may seem natural, hesitation can hold us back from the critical actions that drive progress. Every time you hesitate, you strengthen the grip of indecision and procrastination, reinforcing a cycle of inertia that can be tough to break. This is why overcoming hesitation is a powerful step on the path to self-mastery. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught that the only thing standing between us and success is our own resistance to acting. As Seneca wisely said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. So, we must act immediately. One of the simplest yet most effective strategies I've found for combating hesitation is the 3-minute rule. If a task takes less than 3 minutes, do it right away. This rule eliminates the friction that hesitation creates. Whether it's responding to an email, tidying up your space, or even just making a quick phone call, doing it now prevents these small tasks from accumulating into a mountain of procrastination. The beauty of this method is that it doesn't just apply to small tasks, but can extend to bigger, more meaningful actions, like starting a new project or taking that first step towards a long-awaited goal. The key is to act without delay, without overthinking. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus advises, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. So, embody action. Hesitation thrives when we wait for the perfect moment. But as you may already know, the perfect moment is a myth. The more you practice this immediate action, the more habitual it becomes. And once that habit is formed, it transfers across your entire life. Before long, you'll find yourself acting swiftly and decisively, not just on small tasks, but on big, life-changing decisions. This shift in mindset, becoming a person who acts without hesitation, turns you into someone who consistently pursues their goals, crushing procrastination one action at a time. This is where the real power of habits lies. The more consistently you take immediate action, the stronger your habits become. As the Stoic philosophers understood, consistency leads to progress. By removing hesitation from your life, you begin to build the foundation for success. Strong, productive habits don't emerge overnight. They're the result of persistent action day in and day out. So ask yourself, what's keeping you from acting now? Each moment of hesitation is a moment stolen from your potential. By committing to immediate action, you don't just get more done, you're actively shaping the future you want. And remember, the Stoic secrets to self-mastery lie not just in grand philosophical ideals, but in simple daily actions. Small, powerful steps that compound over time. This, my friend, is the path to unleashing your true potential. If you're still with me, it's clear that you're someone who values thoughtful choices and personal growth. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments, share your own words of wisdom or a slogan that resonates with today's theme. Maybe something like, no hesitation, just action. anything that speaks to overcoming hesitation and building strong habits. Let's keep learning and growing together, because more eye-opening content is on the way. Don't miss it. Number 7. Developing mental toughness. To unlock your true potential, you must face challenges head-on with unwavering determination. The path to self-mastery isn't easy, and it requires one crucial trait: mental toughness. Developing mental toughness means learning to endure hardship, discomfort, and setbacks without giving up. It's about pushing forward when you're tired, when results seem distant, and when life doesn't go as planned. Mental toughness is not an innate quality, but something you develop through discipline and resilience. It's a refusal to let negative emotions dictate your actions. One powerful way to build mental toughness is by practicing voluntary discomfort, a concept grounded in modern Stoicism. By deliberately placing yourself in uncomfortable situations, like cold showers, fasting, or intense workouts, you train both your body and mind to handle adversity. These challenges teach you to embrace discomfort as an opportunity for growth. With each step you take outside your comfort zone, you build mental fortitude and resilience. It's the process of saying, "I will not retreat no matter how difficult the situation." For example, taking a cold shower may be uncomfortable at first, but with time, it strengthens your discipline and mental clarity. You come to understand that pain is temporary, but growth is lasting. Intense workouts, similarly, don't just build your body. They train your mind to push through when quitting feels easier. The more you willingly embrace discomfort, the stronger you become. Mental toughness is about facing hardship, not avoiding it. Another key Stoic tool for building mental toughness is negative visualization. The Stoics practiced imagining the worst-case scenario. What would happen if you lost everything? This isn't about pessimism, but preparation. By regularly contemplating loss and suffering, you mentally prepare for life's unpredictable nature. Accepting that hardship is inevitable helps you focus on living fully in the present, rather than being paralyzed by fear. Negative visualization strengthens your mind and makes you more resilient, not more fearful. In our modern lives, filled with stress, uncertainty, and constant change, these Stoic practices are more relevant than ever. By applying modern Stoicism, you can develop the mental resilience to face your challenges with strength. Whether it's a tough workout, a personal setback, or an unexpected obstacle, each difficulty is an opportunity to grow stronger. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The key is not to avoid discomfort, but to train yourself to endure it. Mental toughness is about maintaining your focus on long-term goals, rather than giving in to negativity in the moment. It's the ability to keep going when everything inside you wants to quit. Mental toughness separates those who succeed from those who give up. By strengthening your ability to persevere through hardship, you unleash your true potential. When you embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, you build resilience, and your confidence will soar. The more you practice this mindset, the more you'll see your potential unfold. Remember, every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger. Through consistent effort and mental discipline, you'll transform not just your body, but your life. By following these steps, you begin the critical journey of breaking free from your weaknesses and becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The process requires awareness, self-discipline, and the willingness to confront discomfort, key principles that the Stoic philosophy champions. Now that we've tackled how to destroy the weak version of yourself, it's time to explore how to sustain and build on that newfound strength over the long term. Sustainable growth and maintaining strength over time. But strengthening your mind and character doesn't stop here. It's not enough to simply break free from weakness. You must actively cultivate habits that will keep you strong and growing. In this section, we'll explore how you can maintain your strength through continuous personal development. Keep watching to learn how to turn your transformation into lasting, sustainable growth that will keep you on the path to your true potential. Number 1. Creating non-negotiable habits. To truly unlock your potential and transform your life, you must kill the weak version of yourself, the one that gives into excuses, procrastination, and fleeting motivation. This is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. Stoicism teaches us that to live a life of strength and purpose, consistency is everything. The foundation of this consistency is built upon one powerful concept: non-negotiable habits. These are the actions you commit to, no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter what challenges life throws your way. These habits are not optional, they are essential. And here's the thing: success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or hoping that motivation will strike when you need it. Success comes from the daily, consistent actions you take, even when the excitement fades, when motivation dips, or when life gets tough. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself wanting to take a shortcut, to put off a task, or to indulge in distractions because it felt easier in the moment? We've all been there. But here's the truth. The more we allow ourselves to slip into these patterns, the more we distance ourselves from the person we are truly capable of becoming. The key to progress is making those critical actions, things like exercising every day, eating healthy, reading, or setting aside time for personal reflection, non-negotiable. These are the actions that become the backbone of your success. Without them, it's easy to fall into complacency, to chase short-term pleasures that feel good now but rob you of the long-term gains you're working toward. So how do you make these habits stick? How do you transform them from something you do when you feel like it into things that define your life? It starts by weaving them into your daily routine until they become part of who you are. You don't ask yourself if you should exercise today. You just do it. You don't wonder if you should work on your goals. You make time for them, because this is who you are now. When you turn these habits into non-negotiables, they protect you from yourself. They become your anchors. When life gets chaotic or distractions creep in, your non-negotiables are there to keep you grounded and focused on your long-term vision. Imagine building up these habits over time, one day after another, like stones being carefully placed in the foundation of a great house. Eventually, you'll have built a life that's virtually unshakable. You'll no longer rely on bursts of motivation or waiting for the right moment, because you'll be operating from a place of consistency and strength. To put it simply, success isn't a result of random acts of effort. It's a result of your ability to stick to these small, consistent actions over the long haul. This is one of the Stoic secrets. Progress isn't in big, dramatic gestures. It's in the quiet, everyday dedication to doing what needs to be done. And when you make your habits non-negotiable, you protect your future self. It's like planting seeds today that will grow into the tree of your success tomorrow. So ask yourself, what habits are you willing to make non-negotiable? What actions will you commit to, no matter how you feel or what challenges arise? The more you commit to these habits, the stronger the foundation of your growth will become. The more non-negotiable habits you build, the more you'll realize that you're not just working towards your goals, you're becoming the person who achieves them. Success, after all, is not something you wait for. It's something you build every day. This is how you truly unleash your potential, and in doing so, you'll learn one of the Stoic secrets. Consistency, not motivation, is the true power behind your growth. So I challenge you today, make one habit non-negotiable. Commit to it without hesitation, and see how it begins to shape your life in ways you never expected. This is how you kill the weak version of yourself. Number 2, surrounding yourself with the right people. One of the most impactful decisions you can make in your journey to unlocking your true potential is choosing the right people to surround yourself with. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But let's pause for a moment. How true is that for you? The people around you significantly affect your mindset, success, and even your happiness. The right people will challenge, inspire, and hold you accountable, especially during times when you stumble. They'll help you see your potential, even when self-doubt tries to take over. On the flip side, if you're surrounded by those stuck in complacency, negativity, or who lack ambition, you'll struggle to grow. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." The right people will help you focus on your purpose, not on making excuses. Now, I understand, it's not easy to make this shift, especially if you've been around certain people for a long time. But here's the thing. Your environment shapes who you are. If you constantly find yourself around those who make excuses or lack drive, those behaviors will begin to rub off on you. Think about it. How often have you allowed your standards to slip because you didn't have anyone challenging you? You deserve better. That's why it's crucial to surround yourself with people who elevate you. Imagine being part of a group of high achievers, people who push themselves every day, who take consistent action, and who are always striving for growth. Just being around such individuals will raise your standards, ignite your motivation, and fuel your drive to succeed. You don't need a huge social circle. It's about quality over quantity. Seek out those who are committed to growth and who genuinely want to see you thrive. These are the people who will push you forward, help you stay focused on your goals, and provide the support you need to overcome obstacles. But here's something equally important. While it's essential to surround yourself with the right people, it's just as vital to distance yourself from those who drain your energy. We all know people who bring negativity, make you feel less capable, or complicate every situation. These individuals don't help you grow. They hold you back. So ask yourself, why continue investing time and energy in relationships that hinder your progress? You deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not pull you down. By prioritizing relationships with those who believe in you, challenge you to be your best, and inspire you to take action, you'll create an environment where growth is inevitable. Now, I want you to think deeply. Who are you currently spending the most time with? Are they helping you become the person you want to be? Are they pushing you to reach higher goals, or are they keeping you stuck in complacency? Modern Stoicism teaches us that to live our best life, we must create an environment that aligns with our values and vision. Part of that involves curating your surroundings, being intentional about who you invest your time with. When you surround yourself with those who challenge and inspire you, who push you to grow, you'll become unstoppable. And I promise, once you start consciously letting go of those who hold you back, your growth will accelerate. The path to your best self isn't a solitary one. It's meant to be walked with those who inspire you, who believe in you, and who help you realize your full potential. So take action today. Reflect on the relationships in your life and make the choice to invest in those who will elevate you. It's time to stop settling for mediocrity and start surrounding yourself with greatness. Number 3, building resilience through discomfort. To unlock your true potential, it's crucial to embrace discomfort instead of avoiding it. This is a core principle in Stoic philosophy, which teaches us that adversity is a tool for growth, not something to shy away from. Life presents discomfort in many forms, but it's how you respond that shapes your resilience. Just as physical exercise challenges your body, voluntary discomfort challenges your mind and spirit, building the resilience needed to thrive. Discomfort is inevitable. It's how you handle it that defines your path. Choosing discomfort is not about seeking pain for pain's sake. Instead, it's about conditioning your mind and body to handle life's stress and adversity more effectively. A cold shower, for instance, might feel unpleasant at first, but it forces your body and mind to adapt. Similarly, pushing through physical challenges like endurance running or lifting weights helps build mental toughness. You learn discipline, and increase your capacity to deal with whatever challenges come your way. The beauty of embracing discomfort is that it improves your overall ability to handle life's stressors. The more you practice facing discomfort, the easier it becomes to navigate overwhelming situations. Whether at work, in relationships, or financial struggles, exposing yourself to controlled discomfort helps you handle adversity with greater ease. Over time, what once seemed intimidating becomes manageable. Stoic secrets teach us that the more you challenge yourself with discomfort, the more resilient and confident you become in facing life's natural challenges. By embracing discomfort, you also train your mind to resist hesitation and weakness. It's tempting to take the easy route and avoid challenges, but this only limits your growth. Each time you choose discomfort, whether it's taking on a tough project, exercising when you're tired, or having a difficult conversation, you're forging a stronger version of yourself. Discomfort becomes an ally, pushing you toward your highest potential. The Stoics believe that inner strength is built through hardship, and by enduring discomfort, you develop the mental clarity to live with purpose. The more you practice this, the more resilient you become. Life is full of challenges, stress, personal difficulties, and physical struggles, but embracing discomfort equips you to face them all with confidence. Remember, growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you push beyond your limits. So, the next time you feel uncomfortable, lean into it. See it as an opportunity to grow stronger mentally, physically, and emotionally. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's the key to your growth. By embracing it, you'll become the person you were always meant to be. Resilient, confident, and unstoppable in your pursuit of greatness. Let me ask you, are you ready to take full ownership of your life, to empower yourself through resilience and unlock your true potential? The path to greatness lies in embracing discomfort, pushing beyond your limits, and building the strength to face any challenge head-on. It's not the easy route that leads to growth, but the struggles we endure that shape our success. So if you're committed to becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself, take action now. Like this video and comment below. Master discomfort, master life. Number 4. Handling failure with grace. Failure is an inescapable part of any journey toward success. It doesn't matter how hard you push or how well you plan. Setbacks are a natural part of life. What truly sets apart those who succeed from those who don't is how they handle failure. The difference lies in your response. When you fail and give up, you get stuck in a loop of frustration, unable to move forward. But when you embrace failure as an opportunity to learn, you use it as a stepping stone toward something greater. Failure doesn't define your worth. It simply provides feedback showing you where to adjust or how to grow. Modern Stoicism teaches us that failure is not something to fear, but something to use for improvement. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you approach failure with grace, you give yourself the chance to grow, learn, and move forward stronger than before. Handling failure with grace means not getting caught in self-pity or indulging in negative self-talk. Instead of blaming yourself or others, take a step back, analyze the situation, and see it for what it truly is: an opportunity to learn. Every time you face failure, you learn more about what works and what doesn't. It's about not being paralyzed by fear or disappointment, but viewing setbacks as temporary and fixable. Many successful people, from entrepreneurs to athletes to artists, have faced numerous failures before reaching their goals. They understand that failure is simply part of the process. Steve Jobs, for instance, was fired from the company he founded, but came back even stronger, leading Apple to new heights. He used his failures to fuel his drive, knowing that it was all part of the larger journey. The key is persistence. When things don't go as planned, don't give up. Instead, analyze what went wrong and adjust your approach accordingly. This is where resilience is born. When you learn from failure, you develop a deeper understanding of your own abilities and potential. Each time you fail, you build resilience, adaptability, and strength. You start to see obstacles as temporary challenges rather than permanent barriers. With every failure, you gain the experience to overcome future challenges with more confidence and clarity. So, when the next setback arises, face it with curiosity and a commitment to learn rather than with frustration or regret. Failure is not a final judgment. It's a part of the process, a step in your growth. In our fast-paced, outcome-oriented world, it's easy to view failure as a negative. But adopting the mindset of modern Stoicism allows you to shift that perception. It teaches us that setbacks are not the end of the road. Rather, they are an essential part of the path. Every failure is an opportunity to refine your approach, build resilience, and move closer to your true potential. By facing failure with grace and using it as a tool for growth, you equip yourself with the mental toughness needed to thrive. You learn to see failure not as something to avoid, but as a necessary part of the process that ultimately brings you closer to your goals. Remember, your ability to handle failure is what will determine your long-term success, not the absence of failure itself. Each misstep, each challenge, each failure brings you closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. So, next time you fail, meet it with grace, learn from it, and use it to propel yourself forward. Number 5. Developing a no-quit mentality. To unlock your true potential, you need to embrace a no-quit mentality. This mindset is crucial for achieving greatness, even when the road gets tough. I can't tell you how many times I've been ready to give up, feeling like the obstacles ahead were too much to overcome. But here's the truth. The people who succeed aren't those who avoid difficulties. They're the ones who push through them. You've probably experienced this too. You start strong, but as challenges build up, you get tired and doubt yourself, and quitting starts to look tempting. But the Stoic secrets lie in learning how to keep going when you feel like stopping. It's not about avoiding discomfort. It's about embracing it, showing up every day even when you don't feel like it. The most successful people push forward when others quit. This resilience is what sets achievers apart from those who fade into the background. Every successful person has faced moments when it seemed easier to give up, but they didn't. They kept going because they knew that failure only happens when you stop trying. Let me share a story about my friend Mike. A few years ago, Mike decided to train for a triathlon, even though he wasn't an athlete and hated running. His body hurt, his stamina was low, and there were days when he wanted to quit. He sent me texts saying, "I can't do this, it's too hard." Each time I reminded him of Stoic wisdom, that true growth comes from pushing through challenges, and quitting would leave him with regret. Slowly, Mike shifted his focus from how hard the journey was to celebrating small victories, one workout at a time. In the end, he finished the triathlon, and the pride he felt came not just from crossing the finish line, but from knowing he didn't quit when things got tough. That's the power of a no-quit mentality. It's about building resilience, one small, consistent effort at a time, even when you feel like giving up. Now think about your own life. What feels impossible right now? What have you thought about quitting because the road ahead looks too challenging? What if you adopted a no-quit mentality and pushed through? Success isn't about talent or luck. It's about the persistence to keep going when everything seems stacked against you. Every time you choose not to quit, you're strengthening your mental toughness. You're building discipline. You're becoming someone who can handle any challenge, big or small, and the more you practice this, the easier it gets. This is a lifelong practice, constantly pushing forward, adapting, and finding solutions instead of accepting defeat. The Stoic secrets teach us that resilience and persistence are qualities we can develop every day. So, are you ready to embrace this mindset? Are you ready to show up and refuse to quit no matter how hard it gets? Remember, obstacles don't define you. How you respond to them does. The no-quit mentality is the key not only to success, but to the character you need to achieve anything. Number 6. Managing emotions for strength. Managing your emotions is crucial for unlocking your true potential and becoming the best version of yourself. Emotions are powerful. They can either propel you toward your goals or pull you back into self-destructive patterns. How you respond to stress, fear, frustration, and success will shape your life. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means understanding them and choosing how to react. Life will always present challenges, and emotions like anger, fear, and disappointment are inevitable. The key is how you handle them. Do you let your emotions control you, or do you rise above them with clarity? Imagine if instead of reacting impulsively to criticism or setbacks, you took a moment to breathe, reflect, and respond calmly. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This embodies modern Stoicism, recognizing that external circumstances don't control your inner peace. When you master emotional intelligence, you stay grounded, even in chaos. You think clearly, make better decisions, and act with purpose, rather than reacting to everything around you. Mastering emotions isn't about avoiding negative feelings. It's about transforming those emotions into a source of strength. For example, when you face criticism, it's natural to feel defensive. Instead of reacting emotionally, you can choose to listen, reflect, and use the feedback to grow. This emotional control helps you stay focused on the bigger picture and prevents you from getting sidetracked by temporary frustrations. Emotional mastery is a skill that can be developed through practice. Techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing can help you stay centered in overwhelming situations. The more you practice, the more emotionally steady you become, and the stronger you'll get, like building muscle. Over time, emotional control becomes second nature, forming the foundation for future successes. As you become emotionally steady, your decision-making improves. Your relationships thrive because you can communicate calmly, even in stressful situations. And your self-esteem grows because you're no longer controlled by external circumstances. Instead, you're in control of your responses. This is the personal power that comes from mastering your emotions. No matter what life throws at you, you'll remain focused, resilient, and unshaken. So ask yourself, how often do you let your emotions take control? Could you choose a different response next time? Modern Stoicism teaches us that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by how we respond to them. When you learn to control your emotions, you take control of your destiny. Emotional strength isn't about avoiding feelings. It's about harnessing them to unlock unstoppable power. Number 7. Always having clear goals. Without clear goals, you risk wandering through life without purpose or direction, wasting energy and effort without meaningful progress. Clarity of purpose is a major factor that separates those who succeed from those who don't. Successful people don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own path by setting intentional, clear goals. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This highlights the importance of having a clear vision and purpose. When your goals are clear, you have a roadmap that guides your actions, keeping you focused and determined even when things get tough. However, motivation is fleeting. It fluctuates based on mood, energy, and circumstances. Relying only on motivation can leave you stuck when it fades, which is why discipline is crucial. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when your initial excitement fades or when obstacles arise. It's what ensures you remain committed to your goals every day, regardless of how you feel. To build discipline, break down your long-term goals into smaller, achievable tasks. For instance, if your goal is to run a marathon, Focus on running a specific distance each week instead of obsessing over the final finish line. This approach makes a daunting goal more manageable and provides a sense of accomplishment along the way, keeping your motivation high and your progress steady. Clear goals also balance short-term and long-term targets. Short-term goals offer immediate feedback and small wins, helping you stay motivated day to day. Long-term goals provide the deeper sense of purpose and direction that guide your overall journey. Whether personal or professional, having clear goals ensures every action you take is purposeful and moves you toward your ideal future. Reconnecting with your why, the deeper reasons behind your goals, is also vital. When motivation wanes, remind yourself of why you started in the first place. This connection helps you reignite your passion and push through challenges. Combining clarity, motivation, and discipline forms an unstoppable force. With this combination, progress becomes inevitable. Every action you take builds on the next, bringing you closer to your true potential. The Stoic secrets to success lie not in grand theories or distant dreams, but in daily, purposeful actions. Set clear goals, stay disciplined, and remember, you are the architect of your future. By staying focused and taking consistent action, you shape your destiny one step at a time. If you've made it this far, it's clear that you're truly committed to seeking wisdom and living with purpose. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own journey and share in the comments below. What's one clear goal you're currently focused on? Or what's the one thing you're determined to achieve? Drop a comment saying, "I am the architect of my future," or simply share your commitment to setting clear, purposeful goals in your life. Stay with it, because every step forward brings you closer to your true potential. Let's keep moving forward together. Number 8. Mastering self-control and principles. To unlock your true potential, self-control is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. It's not just about resisting immediate temptations, but about creating a life aligned with your long-term vision. In a world that constantly lures us into instant gratification, success lies in the ability to make choices that serve your future self, rather than giving in to fleeting impulses. The cornerstone of self-control is the establishment of non-negotiable principles, rules you live by no matter what life throws your way. These principles guide your actions and decisions, ensuring you stay focused even when distractions and challenges arise. They act as your personal code of honor, such as committing to honesty, maintaining discipline in your work, or prioritizing your health over temporary pleasures. These principles are not mere ideals. They are the moral compass that keeps you grounded and on course. One essential principle is to never settle for mediocrity. Instead of accepting good enough, push yourself to pursue excellence even when the effort is tough or the outcome uncertain. Excellence doesn't mean perfection, but a commitment to continuously strive for improvement and push past your limits. By refusing to fall into the trap of comfort, you make progress, slow but steady, toward the best version of yourself. This mindset is closely connected to a commitment to personal growth. By embracing growth as a non-negotiable principle, you're always looking for ways to learn, improve, and expand your potential. Whether it's reading, taking on new challenges, or stepping outside your comfort zone, each small effort becomes an investment in your future. Living by unshakable principles doesn't just keep you on track, it strengthens your integrity. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." When you live in accordance with your values, you build trust with others and enhance your self-respect. You become someone who aligns actions with ideals, even when life throws curveballs. In a world filled with distractions, this commitment to your principles ensures that you remain true to yourself and your highest standards. When you act with integrity, your life becomes a reflection of the person you aspire to be. Mastering self-control goes beyond saying no to temptation. It's about living with discipline, integrity, and the relentless pursuit of self-improvement. When you embrace modern Stoicism, you develop clarity of purpose. Rather than being swept away by immediate desires, you stay focused on your long-term goals. Through self-control and a commitment to living by your principles, you create a fulfilling life rooted in meaning and strength. Each decision you make, no matter how small, is an opportunity to align your actions with your values. As you develop these habits, you aren't just shaping your future, you're transforming into someone capable of overcoming any challenge. In this way, self-control is the key to unleashing your potential and becoming the best version of yourself. To wrap up, remember that the path to unlocking your true potential requires action, determination, and consistency. Modern Stoicism teaches us that real change doesn't happen by chance. It comes from making deliberate decisions every day to destroy the weak version of ourselves and rise stronger. This journey isn't easy, but the rewards are immense. Live with purpose, embrace discomfort, and push yourself daily to be the best version of who you can be. Your potential is limitless when you choose to take control and never look back. So, how will you start killing the weak version of yourself today? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on how to transform your life. Keep striving, and remember, greatness is within your reach.